So sorry if it's loud, my air conditioner is going and I'm not turning it off because it's hot. It's a cheatable hockey stick. Right now I'm just using MAC NW40 Studio Finish Concealer to correct my eyebrows.
That's what we should check for. So I was watching Missy Lynn Says, I think it is, but it's her vlog channel. And she was talking to like Hillary Clinton or something like that. For a forum type thing where you ask questions and whatnot. So that's what they were there for. I don't remember who she was with. I don't know the event. But yeah, that's what she was at. And I brought that up because she asked Hillary a question in regards to her helping the veterans and troops. Because if you do not know, I think she was in some form of a troop. She's a veteran now, so she was at some point a troop. Yeah, so she asked her, like, in 2002, you voted for the Iraq War, which I believe was just to send the soldiers over there to fight some more. And she's like, since you voted for them for that, and you in the mindset that you're in now, and you know what you know now, would you still vote for that bill? And also, they're lowering as in the government, other forms of the government are lowering the pay rate or pay scale, I guess, of troops. And I was really interested in it because after she asked her the question, Hillary just did not really answer. She kind of talked around it, which I guess that's some type of way. That's how you're a politician, you know. If you don't really want to answer a question, you just either walk around the question or give a smart answer. I guess she never really don't answer a question. Well, they used her outline and skeleton and just like wrap some of the words around it. Like that's how, if you put them together, it sounds almost the same. I'm using Aveeno Active Natural Daily Moisturizing Lotion for my face, for moisturizer. Yeah, gave a speech and it sounded just like Michelle Obama's speech. And I was like, oh my gosh, like a exact replica almost, like, it was crazy. I was like, wow. Wow there. Okay, so now I'm going to use some tape. I don't know where it went. Chunky tape today. Yeah, and gave like a full speech that was the same as Michelle Obama's. And I'm like, okay, y'all want to write their own speeches or get somebody to write a speech for you, because I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10, nobody ever writes their own speech. Like, that's really important. I'm pretty sure people get together, they have people who, they use their ideas, but they have people who write their speech for them, like probably professional speech writers or something like that. I wouldn't put it past somebody, but I was just, wow. You didn't look up that before you decided that's what you wanted to do? That's huge. That's a big thing, yeah. I was like, wow. I found it funny, like sad but funny. Like, you didn't. Whoever wrote your speech should be fired. They should be fired. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, they should definitely be fired. I did work today at 4. Not 4. 5:30. 5:30. So I know some kind of way that you can pop this top off, I believe. Oh man. That you can pop this top off and you can like dip your beauty blender in it, which is what I used to. Okay, well, I thought you could. I know you can. Okay, whatever. That's gonna be my look. I'll drop that thing on the floor. Yeah, that's what's been happening with that as of lately. Yeah. I need to stop saying yeah, right? So, and then, wait, for the presidential election, not only do I not want, it's kind of scary because both candidates have their cons. Like, with Hillary, she can't hold water. Like, you know about, like, can you trust her with the free world? And she can't keep her mouth closed. I need my primer, you guys. I can't find my primer. Usually I use, dang nabbit. Usually I use, how about we use, I don't use baby skin primer. Okay, whatever. NARS Ready for Me Concealer, which I think you can use any concealer really. Just whatever gives you full coverage, whatever floats your boat.
out. And then I just take a brush and I put powder, setting powder, Sacha Buttercup Cosmetics setting powder. Oh yeah, it didn't focus, but whatever. Yeah, and I don't even know what brush this is. This is from a set. It doesn't even have a name. It's just like a fluffy brush. Yeah. So that. And last night I was watching. Let me get some tape. So I'm gonna tape it. Last night I was watching Keisha Kaylee, and she did a collab with Miss Fabulous Teaks and Ashley. And
I don't know how I feel about that. And not necessarily the video, but the collab is like what was said. What was said on the video was just interesting to me. That's all. So in the video, they was on like 10 things that they hate about YouTube, and how some YouTubers feel that they're better than others because their numbers are higher, and by numbers I'm assuming that they mean subscribers. Yeah, and stuff like that. And so I was just, watching the video, and like I like Keisha Kaylee, I'm subscribed to her. I watch her content, her daily vlogs and whatnot. So I'm like, what the heck? I watch her and whatnot. So I'm watching her. I think I'm gonna use this all over shadow brush by Cosmetics. And my Anastasia. Anyway, so I'm watching her, and then people who have higher numbers think that they're better than others and stuff like that. Excuse me. Now as I'm watching, and she's like, I would like to support the smaller YouTube African American YouTube community and stuff like that. And I'm sitting and I'm like, oh, okay, that's good, that's a great thing. But then after I thought about it, I'm like, I've yet to see her, or I haven't seen her. Maybe I just passed it, but I have not seen her do a collab with anybody small. I don't know. I haven't seen it. And I won't say I watch her every day because I don't watch her every day. But if I don't watch her every day, I just pick up where I left off. But I haven't seen. And for my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette,
I'm using Raw Sienna, which is this color right here, like this nude color. To me, my transition color. Yeah, I haven't seen. I don't know, maybe I just missed it, but I haven't seen her collab with any smaller YouTubers and stuff like that. So I'm like, I don't see how you're supporting when I haven't seen it. And I'm like, that's fine. Everybody gets busy. You have a life outside of YouTube. You say YouTube is your job. So it's like your focus, I guess. But it's just I haven't seen her collab with any smaller YouTubers. Since I've been watching her, and I've been watching her for about 2 years now. 2 years, yeah, 2 years, I think. A year. I don't know why I want to say 2. I feel like it's been 2 maybe, but I can't be sure.
don't have to be with it, but I am entitled to it. So I think I'm gonna use this blue color on my lid, like a half cut crease. And I'm using Too Faced Glitter Glue Glitter Shadow Primer because I feel like it sticks more and it doesn't transfer product as heavily as if you don't use it. And I get a better line.
Also from a set, it doesn't have a name, and this is Tilt eyeshadow frost from MAC. yeah, so I just haven't seen anything with her doing anything with anybody smaller. But she also reached 100,000 subscribers, which I'm really excited for that because I was watching her back before those 100,000 came, but that's a really big feat, and I'm actually like excited for her. I was excited for her. I think she reached 100,000 or over while she was in LA for the beauty kind LA, if you want that. So yeah. So it was just something that I noted as I was watching. And not only that, I have to hit on another controversial topic. Well, yeah, controversial topic. Black Lives Matter. There was another uproar and like a protest and whatnot because Alton Sterling, who was shot, an African American man who was shot while the police were like sitting on top of him at a convenience store, and they were like, "Don't move," and something like that. And he was like halfway pinned up under a car, and then like the police officer was laying on top of him, both of them were, and he said, "Don't move," or something like that, or "Where are you going?" Something like that, or he's reaching for a gun, and shot him like 6 times, I believe. When they recorded the video, it was on World Star, I believe. I believe I heard 6 shots. Yeah, 6 shots. And I thought that was excessive. Like, watched him pass away, like take his last breath and everything. And I just didn't understand why they could have like shot him in the arm. The only thing I don't get is like, as a police officer, your job, as long as you or no one else's safety is at risk, is to diffuse the situation, to bring it down, de-escalate. I thought that was the whole purpose of, you know, to protect and serve, but also to like de-escalate a situation. And I don't feel like, as of right now, police officers are doing a good job of de-escalating situations, and that's causing things like this to happen. And not only that, I believe that same week, on, I want to say like a Thursday, I don't remember exactly when it happened. I don't want to say forget, but I hate talking about it. It makes me very upset, but you know, hey. A couple of days later, or before that, I forgot the man's name, but he was also a young African American male. I know his name was Castile. His last name was like Castile or something like that, I believe. Was shot in the car. He did have a weapon on him. He told the officer, his girlfriend said that he told the officer, you know, he had his weapon and he was reaching in his pocket or whatever to get it, to like basically show him that he had it, but he had the right to carry it. He had to conceal weapons and all of that. Went in his pocket to get it. The man told him get out of his pocket. So as he's pulling out his hands to get out of his pocket, the police officer shot him. And he didn't die right away. He was like, his girlfriend was in the car. His girlfriend and his child, or his girlfriend's child, was in the car with him when it happened, and the child had to witness him like dying in the car. At the time that I saw the video, the child was at that moment out of the car, but in the hands of an officer, a female officer, I believe. And she had to like hear and watch, like that's never gonna go away from her. But the girlfriend was in the car, sitting next to him, while he was dying, recording it on Facebook Live. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and then the officer is like all irate, like, I said put it down, I said put your hands down, or something like that. I said don't reach your or whatever not. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, and the man was moving his hands or whatnot after the officer told him to stop. And it's like he let you know he had a weapon on him. I feel like if he was going to shoot you, he definitely wouldn't have told you he had a weapon on him. And I don't think he would have did it in front of the child that you shot him in front of. But that's just my opinion. But hey, I don't think he would have did it in front of the child, but you know. But yeah, shot him and was like really irate about it. And it was just hurtful because the justice, we feel like justice isn't really being served. And I say us, I mean African Americans. Like, it was better ways that they could have handled that situation, because the man in the car, Castle, I want to say it was like, his name was like Philip Castle or Phil Castle or something like that. It was a better way he could have handled it. Both officers, all the officers in those situations could have handled it, because it just was a better way. It was definitely a better way to handle that, and I don't think they took that better route. And they're so gung-ho, like, of having guns and thinking everybody is coming for them or attacking them, not taking the time to realize, like, these are people, you know, everybody's not trying to, like, hurt y'all or anything like that. But they're just not understanding that. And unfortunately, this is what's happening. Yeah, and I was just really hurt. Like, when I was talking about it with my girlfriend, I was so upset about it, and I was just upset, like, because I feel like it was just a better way to handle it. And I know they're also people, like, you know, people react differently in situations. They may think their life is in danger, but the situation could have been handled a different way, and they are taught to de-escalate a situation, and a few times a great amount of times they're not de-escalating. They're adding the situation. They're adding fuel to an already burning fire, which isn't your job. Your job as a police officer is to, like, bring the situation down, make it safe. But you're not making it safe, you're making it worse. And that's bullcrap to me. Like, and then when they can hide behind their badge and it's okay, or they don't get the same sentence a regular person, you know, an everyday person would get because they have a badge, it's also bullshit to me. Like, I know all of them aren't bad. That's that grouping of 7 people together. All of them aren't bad. All of them aren't trying to cause harm to a certain group of people. But it all just could have been handled in a different manner. And that's just how I feel about it. Like, I'm going to use the same brush, the same Oliver shadow brush. Oh, I skipped you guys, telling you guys what I was doing. So the blue that you see at the edge after I did the half cut crease with the tilt shadow from MAC, I went in with Cypress Umber, and I'm just darkening it up down here. Cypress Umber, which is a darker, this dark corner color. And out in Sterling's funeral, he has like a 15-year-old son, I believe, and his son was so freaking distraught. Like, he was just saying he wanted his daddy back, like, And I don't know if police officers don't realize, like, yes, they too have kids. You know, the people that you're killing with no remorse or anything like that, they too have kids. And their kids are gonna, you know, not be able to grow up, and their family isn't gonna see this person that you're killing is a son, daughter, father, nephew, niece, aunt. They're everything to somebody else just like you are. And it just really pissed me off that they aren't getting the same action taken against them as an everyday person would. And then in one of the protests, I believe in Dallas, I want to say 6 police officers were shot. I don't like having news, guys. I just read up on it, and it's been a minute since I read up on it. But shot by a sniper. Like, it was like, I think it 3 shots, a pause, and 3 more shots, and everybody was taken down. Whoever this person was, I believe had experience. I think they ended up finding the person who did it. Yeah, he had military experience and stuff like that. An African American male. I don't think all police officers, like, the first they shouldn't be shot. They didn't, you know, they didn't do anything. They have to do their job, and unfortunately they wear the same uniform as a few people who like to take people's lives into their own hands and play gun and whatnot. So no, everybody shouldn't be punished because everybody didn't commit that horrible crime. Yeah, and that's just how I feel. Like, you know, just, it all could have been handled a different way. All of that stuff. Now I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Expert Liquid Liner in black, because they have a charcoal color, I believe. Picked up charcoal or accident before, and I was like, what the heck? It's like, no. But yeah, it just upsets me, you know. It's just upsetting, that's all. And not only that, but there's this this girl, what is her name? A little white girl, blonde hair. She always wants to talk about controversial topics and say, you know, something about Black Lives Matter and what should or shouldn't be done and stuff like that. I don't like her. Don't even know her name, and I won't even try to figure it out. I'm not even gonna not even gonna give her any type of acknowledgement. But if you know what I'm talking about, cannot stand that girl. Just because of the things that she says, the comment that she says about stuff. And she does not seem to talk about stuff when an officer's in the wrong. Like, she does not seem to do that, but what can you expect from someone who, I feel like, only says what she says for ratings, and then she's like, my family's been receiving death threats, I've been receiving death threats. I didn't do it, so that has nothing to do with me. But everyone's entitled to their opinion, you know, like, yeah, and then not only that, but what is her name? Wendy Williams had said something about the NAACP and HBCUs, historically black colleges and whatnot, and how would we feel if they had a national honor cup for colored people or something like that, and how would we feel if they had a white historically college or something like that, she said. And I'm like, well, the reason we have those is because we weren't able to go to school. Like, those were created specifically for black people because we weren't allowed in, you know, their schools and whatnot. So those schools were created specifically for us so that we can get, you know, a proper education as well. But oh, people came back on her like so hard. She had so much backlash from that. And her sponsor, the person who was responsible for getting her the sponsor for, I want to say Chrysler or Chevy or something, backed out. She was not supporting what she said, and she like didn't support what she said, so she backed out from that, from her like sponsorship. Like she jumped out as the middleman, I'm assuming. And I was like, whoa, good shit, because she's not being here responsible for what she says. Like, she also gets to say what she wants. Like, her job is to gossip. I understand that, but... And then she's like, oh, my father graduated from an HBCU. Okay, so you know the importance of, like, what an HBCU is for. It was created for us because we didn't have the same right to go to a school as others back in the day. Shit, today too, because it's high as hell. But yeah, and she just like, how would we feel if they had that and stuff like that. I'm not making my wing. Maybelline Falsies Big Eyes. It's like an upper and lower lash. I actually love this stuff. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah. And she just received lots of backlash from that, and she ended up having what is that man name? I don't know his name. But the African American man, he has like a show as well on TV One, and he like talks about controversial topics as well. But yeah, she received backlash from that. Her and Stacey Dash, I can't stand Stacey Dash. Like, we shouldn't have shows like BET. No, shows like BET were created for people like you who didn't get the recognition on other major networks. So what? You were brought to BET. Now, BET had a nice little clapback for her. They was like, so can we get our check back? Because she was on BET plenty of occasions, I believe. And they wrote her a check. So can they get their checks back? I don't see you returning any checks that you were given by BET, since they shouldn't be around. Like, tip the brush like a flat tip brush. No, I'm not going to take the brush. But I'm going to take this brush. It's like a liner brush from Real Techniques as well. Yeah. I'm taking that Tilt eyeshadow and like cleaning up. Yeah, so just like everyday people who do bad stuff, you know, are held accountable for their actions as well. Yeah, but I'm in full support of them. Also last night, I think I need to stop it. I was watching Star Milan's Why I Got Banned from Snapchat video. I actually saw the whole video. So let me just start. So I saw the video one night because my girlfriend was like, get on Snapchat. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, why am I on Snapchat? Like, because I wasn't really a Snapchatter that often, but I got into it. So I get on Snapchat and she like, look at Star Milan thing. I'm like, okay, I wasn't following him at first. So I had to search for him or whatever. And she's like, do you see, look, I'm just like, he's not doing nothing. Like, it doesn't look like he's doing shit. Like, what am I looking at this for? And she's like, no, look at it, da, 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 da. And I see he's with some dude. And at the beginning, I'm like, okay, and you're pointing like he's gay. I kind of figured. Then it jumped to him in a hotel room with the dude. And then it jumped to him fingering the dude in the booty. I was like, woo, alrighty now. I'm like, did he really just put that on there? Was that serious? And he did. And I'm just like, so now I'm going in with Raw Sienna from Anastasia Beverly Hills with the blending brush and blending this out. this look just did whatever it wanted to do. Like, I really did not plan for this to look like this. I think it turned out good, but I didn't plan for it to look like this at all. I was going for real nude and neutral, and it's what happened. Like, I literally just sit here and let my makeup do itself. Sometimes I have a vision, and then sometimes my vision might turn out right, and sometimes I have a vision and my vision and what appears on my face is two completely different things. But yeah, and then I'm taking, well, I'm gonna save that one for last. So he then went on to, like, I'm gonna pick off the tape. Ta-da! He then went on to say how, like, he did the video, like, why he got deleted. He's like, I see it every day on Snapchat. I'm friends with a lot of strippers, and I'm also friends with people who know strippers, and they're always playing, showing their titties and showing their vaginas and showing their dicks and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, that was my haters getting me deleted and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but he was figuring his butt, like, oh my gosh. And that's just something I would not do, not kinda, I just wouldn't do on social media.